And in the midst of it, Congress is without leadership. Jim Jordan lost his first bid. Is he going to make it on the second one? And if not, then what? Let's bring in one of the members who wants to see this happen, and we're going to bring in one that doesn't want to see it happen. Florida Republican Congressman Carlos Gimenez. Thank you very much. I know the timing is tight. Thank you for making the time and the accommodation. I appreciate you, Congressman.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much. So do you believe this gets done tomorrow, and should America want this to get done tomorrow with Jim Jordan?
I don't think that it gets done tomorrow. I think that there's a number of Republicans, myself included, that are voting for different people, and it's not Jim Jordan, and I just don't see it happening for Jim Jordan. Now, I could be wrong, but look, it's a very slim majority that we have. I mean, he can only lose 4 votes, and there's at least 20 people that are pretty solidly no right now. That may grow. And so I think after a couple of shots, I think we need to move on and find the person that we can all rally around. I may be mistaken. I mean, tomorrow he can pull a rabbit out of his hat and he gets, you know, the 217 that he needs, or he has some people walk, which lowers that threshold. But, you know, at this point, I just don't see Jim Jordan getting there. I told him so, you know, today when he called me. But look, we do need to get a speaker, but we also need to open the House. So there may be ways to give the Speaker pro tem more powers and the ability to open the House so that we can get back to the business of America. It's unfortunate that that's 8 Republicans lit the match, and then 208 Democrats provided the gunpowder to you know, throw us into this chaos. And that was only 4% of our delegation or of our conference. 96% of our conference was with Kevin McCarthy. I still stand by Kevin McCarthy. I think the way out of this is to get back to Kevin McCarthy. If we draft him, I think he'll take it. That's the person that we need. That's our true leader to get us out of what these 8 Republicans and 208 Democrats got us into.
The Speaker pro tem says they're not in favor of an expansion of their powers, but they also can't really overwhelm the entire caucus. What is your strongest argument against Jim Jordan?
It's not so much against Jim Jordan. I think the problem is that, you know, I won't be held hostage to a coup and a drive-by shooting that happened 2 weeks ago. That's not really good behavior, and it can't be rewarded. And so we need to get if it isn't McCarthy, we need to get to somebody in our conference, and there is somebody in our conference, I'm sure, that can unite us, and we need to be united. Look, we've had problems inside this conference for some years, and it's all coming to light. We need to resolve those problems and then move forward. I just don't think that Jim Jordan's going to be the person to do that. We need somebody, if it's not McCarthy, we need somebody different, somebody fresh that can do that and move forward, and we need to do it as quickly as we can. And I know that maybe Patrick McHenry does not want any additional powers, but the facts are we need to get this House open. There are resolutions that are being drafted both on the Democrat side and the Republican side to make that happen. And if we can't move along quickly and pick a speaker, and I'd rather have the right speaker, not a quick speaker, then we need to give additional powers to that individual so that we can get the House open, so that we can get moving on America and the people's business. That's what we need to do now.
Let me just get some quick, short answers for you. 1, would you consider it? 2, is there any appetite for anything outside of the box, whether that's a Democrat or someone who's not in Congress right now? Is there any appetite for anything like that?
All right, Democrat, no. Okay, there's no appetite for that whatsoever. Not for me. If you ask me, I would consider it. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not considering to be considering running for speaker. No. And then, is there some appetite for somebody outside? Yeah, there may be. Maybe you can come up with a name that we all agree that, hey, that's the person that can bring us together. But I'd rather have somebody inside. We have 220 members, very talented people. We can find somebody here that can unify us and then get moving and move forward. If it's not McCarthy, then somebody else. But listen, this all started 2 weeks ago. Matt Gaetz, 7 other people, you know, joined him. 208 Democrats decided to be the gunpowder for his match. And so, you know, there's plenty of blame to go around here, but 96% of us didn't want this to happen on the Republican side, It's unfortunate
Right.
that we had that few Republicans that got with the Democrats and made this happen.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.